Hello you guys, Alexa B Alchemy here to do your weekly card reading. Today's reading is designed for anyone who has a predominant Taurus placement, so whether that is your sun, moon, rising, or north node for the week of January 23rd, 2023. Today's reading is coming from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, and I love the messages that came out for this week, so let's get right on into the reading. So for everyone with predominant Taurus placements, your encouragement for this upcoming week is to overrate your intuition. Now, my dear Taurus, because in the 2023 reading that I did at the beginning of this year, your encouragement for all of 2023 is to start reframing your trials and challenges as things that are helping you step into the life that you actually want. There's this level of like any past or present challenges that you have, those are actually helping to pave the pathway for you to step into the life and the things that you really truly desire. And there's also a level of beauty and strength that comes out of embracing these. I feel like there's some challenges and trials that you are being encouraged to embrace and to say, okay, thank you for this. Maybe it's uncomfortable, or maybe it's not the outcome that I wanted, or it's not what I had been hoping for, but it is a lesson. It has taught me something about what I need to do or what I need to not do, and how I can best show up to create a life that actually is going to physically reflect back to me the things that I am trying to put into place for myself. So for this week, in an effort to bring yourself into a stage where you're actually able to really benefit from maybe any of those challenges or trials that you have been or are experiencing, you're being asked to really take a peek at your intuition and to overrate it. Right now, if you're feeling like there's an intuitive pull towards something, or maybe a pull away from something, I feel like for some of you it's definitely away from something, but this intuitive ping that you're getting, this pull, this push, it's there for a reason. And I think there might be a piece of you that's saying like, oh, well, I should pay attention to my logical mind, or I should be paying attention to, like what the dollars and cents say, or everything like, this person looks great on paper, so I should continue to pursue them, or I feel like there's something where there's a physical reality that shows or portrays something in one way, and intuitively you feel it is different than that way, or it will be different than the way that you think that it is. Like the way that you think about it in your mind and the way that you feel about it there might be a discrepancy there. You might feel a contrast within that. And that contrast is okay, but right now your encouragement is to listen to your intuitive feelings about it instead of over-relying on the rational or the logical mind. Because there's an element of stepping out of like trials and challenges, or stepping past them, I feel like maybe some of you have had intuitive pings in the past that you chose not to listen to, and as a result of that, you experienced a lot of trials and challenges. And so maybe right now you're in a season where you're being reminded of those lessons that you've previously learned, and the encouragement for you is to keep going and continue moving in that direction that's going to pull you towards intuitively what you feel is best. There's also an encouragement for you this week to get clear about what feels good and what feels like it's off. And if something feels off again, but logically you can't explain why, I don't think you need to be able to explain it right now. I think it is best for you to be willing to acknowledge what you're just genuinely feeling and to follow through with that. Whenever this card comes up, it's also indicative that there might be like a really powerful influx of feminine energy, and it doesn't matter if you are male, female, or anything in between. Feminine energy is all about reception. Feminine energy is all about feeling, intuition. The way that it moves is cyclical or circular. So I feel like there's things that maybe you're revisiting things from the past and you're not really sure like what to do or what to do about them. And maybe some of you, I feel like are in a state where you're like, I need to take action, I need to do this and I need to do that. And it's very linear and very masculine. And maybe that's the way that you've always operated. And if that's the case, that's completely okay. There is nothing wrong with that. However, the feminine energy that is here for you right now is probably asking for you to pause, take a step back, analyze the way that you're feeling, feel into the way that you're feeling, and understand what the best path forward is for you as a result of those intuitive pings. I also, when I pulled this card, got the message, and this is in bold. You already know the answer, and already especially is bolded right now. Like, I feel like there's some things where maybe you're asking people for advice, or you're looking to the world around you, and there's nothing wrong with letting other people or other sources weigh in on an issue. There's nothing wrong with taking into consideration their vantage point or their viewpoint. It's actually really beneficial when it comes to decision making. However, right now for you, again, being having pulled this card, I think you're being called to, I don't want to say dismiss that, but allow it to not completely take over your life. Like right now, you have a really strong power internally within yourself, and it may serve you right now, instead of doing pros and cons list or trying to like logically figure things out, it may serve you to just really intentionally sit down and identify how you feel and what you want and what the best move is for you. Now, if there's a big decision that you are making or need to make, there is also a really beautiful encouragement with this card that says there is no wrong answer. All right, you're no matter what you do, you're going to do the right thing, as long as you take time to check in with your heart and to check in with your intuition about what feels good for you. Once you've identified, yeah, this feels good for me, you don't need to worry about whether or not you've made the wrong decision or if you're going to make the wrong decision. Because if you go against, or if you violate that deep internal feeling, that like almost like self-betrayal is going to sit with you, and that's going to feel more like a burden or a failure than any possible small inconvenience that might come up as a result of you following through with what you genuinely feel. The pain of inconvenience is quite temporary, but the pain of self-betrayal can be lasting. So I think for some of you right now, choosing to honor how you really feel about something is your best bet. Finally, with this card, there is a message that it's important for you to be willing to notice things. I feel like there's almost like a level of Virgo energy with this. I feel like some of you are getting a lot more aware of life situations and how you feel about them. If you run into an old friend or make a serendipitous connection and it feels important, I think you are meant to notice that. And if in your meetings or your dealings with people, again, something feels off, you are also meant to notice that right now. So the power of your intuition this week is really, really strong, my dear Taurus, and listening to that intuition will serve you well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope that this reading was helpful. If you haven't already, please make sure that you check out other readings from this week that apply to your sun, moon, rising, or north node sign. And finally, if you are looking for a little bit more support or someone to be on your team, I do work as a personal coach. And at the time of filming this reading, I am accepting new clients. So if that is something that you are interested in, you can comment below or shoot me a message directly here. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at alexab.alchemy. And again, I do these readings every single week. So if you want the continued guidance, I highly encourage that you continue to tune in. All right, thank you guys so much. So much love to you. And I will see you on the next one. Have a good week.